Yeah. What's good, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, where as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. Yo, I'm your host for tonight, Pascal New England representing. As always, I got my man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hey yo, what's good? You already know who this is. Your boy King People, Nigga Box in the building. Ring Game Radio all day. Let's get it. It's the football edition today, so we're gonna have some fun tonight.
Yeah,
So
I mean, and I have a little disclaimer that to mention once we get those introductions because of something that Brother Shuttleworth brought to my attention. But yo, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
West Fly's Conscious Pilot, the West Coast Avenger, preparing for liftoff, Flesh Fly, ringing.
Yes, sir. Conscious Pod stays elevated above the clouds. And last but certainly not least, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Yo, you already know who the fuck it is. Your boy Rome Top 5, Chicago's own in the motherfucker. Windy City in the building, nigga. Shy City, Chirac, you know where we from. We here, nigga.
Yes, sir. Rome Top 5 is in the building. And yeah, before we get to this, before we get to talk about Super Bowl and everything like that, people, I'll say like when we talk about football, because it was one time I said that Shuttleworth was like he got feedback. It was like, whoa, them niggas was talking about football before we were boxing. I'm like, yeah, we were doing that because we had to, we wanted to wait for someone so they could actually talk about the boxing. But when we talk about football, it's because we are football people too. We talk about this football. Football is a great fucking sport, people. I don't understand all this low estrogen.
Yeah, like
Feedback
what the fuck
that I'm
y'all
getting
niggas
about-
wait,
watching?
what the hell? Like what? I don't even know what the hell's going on. Like
No, because Shuttleworth, he told me, I guess he got some feedback. It was like they logged on that one time that we started off with football talk before we got into the
What's
boxing.
the feedback? One nigga, tell that nigga to go suck. You know what?
Yeah, I was just like, what? I was like, what do you expect? This is football season. This is playoff season. Like, what the fuck you think we're not gonna mention that?
What they be, yo, King P, what they be saying in New York? Catch a Frank, nigga. What they be saying that
what?
shit?
Oh my!
That's what y'all
Alright.
niggas be saying.
Catch a Frank? What the? I have not heard that, but whatever. Like
Okay. I just made it up on the spot, I guess.
I don't know who the fuck complained. Whatever. It was literally like we didn't go any longer than 5 minutes. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, but if we do talk about football, it's because number one, it was the playoffs, and number one, yeah, it definitely deserves some mention. So, y'all have to understand, like when it's football season, we do talk about it, especially during the playoffs.
This is a sports podcast. These niggas need to get a grip.
Yeah, like
if I want to talk about Lonzo Ball giving buckets, nigga, I'm gonna talk about it. Fuck that.
yeah, like whatever comes to our mind. Yeah, yes, we talk about boxing. We also talk about music. We talk about a lot of variety of stuff. And football is no fucking different. Football is an all-American sport. So y'all niggas need to stop all this bitching about football talk. Nah, football talk is where it's at too. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah. That's not how that's gonna go. But yeah, I just had to get that out there because I was very disturbed by by that type of energy. You know what I'm
It was
saying?
probably Shuttleworth doing his own hate mail on this shit, talking about yeah, football. Some niggas said football. Yeah, y'all should stop talking about it. Like, nigga, that was you, nigga. Stop.
But yeah, I just had to get that out of the way. But yeah, man, Super Bowl 59. Like I said, this is we're approaching the end of the football season, and now it's down to two teams. We got on one hand, we got the NFC champion, the Philadelphia Eagles.
Ooh.
Fly Eagles, fly! Go Birds! Yeah.
Eagles, die.
And then we got the AFC champion and the current reigning Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs. How did we get here? Well, the conference. And Deontay Jones, you're in here. Can't believe them.
Boo both these niggas. Nobody wanted to see these niggas in the championship. I'm not gonna lie. Fuck both these niggas.
Let's see. Deontay Jones. Can't believe them weak ass, pussy ass Eagles going back. Saquon won't save y'all, Pat. Well, man, that's why they play the games, Deontay. And good hearing from y'all, gang. Go Chiefs. Shuttleworth. How am I hating when I'm the nigga that told y'all to do a football show in the first place? I guess that's addressed to you, bro, not me. So, and yeah, Shuttleworth. Yeah, I can't. He's booing something he doesn't understand, so he can't. So that's what it is, though. But But yeah, man, the conference championship game, man, was mad diabolical, man. Like, especially the Commanders Eagles game. Like, geez, and I get it, Jay Daniels, like, the fairy tale, the fairy tale story and everything that was all good. Yes, they knocked off the 1 and the 3 seed, but it's the 2's what got you. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I mean, if you watch that game, it was definitely most likely the Eagles' best game of the whole fucking season. Like, the offense, defense, a little shaky on the special teams, although they did get a takeaway. Excuse me. But yeah, Eagles put foot to ass. Like, they ended that shit. It was 55-23. That was the most points ever scored in a conference championship game.
You gotta realize these niggas turned over the ball like 5 times. Like, nobody would do that in a playoff game besides the rookie quarterback.
Well, yeah, and they did that, and we converted those into points too. Like, it doesn't, like, I mean, we can do.
Because I mean, if you fumble on the 40 on your own 45, nigga, somebody's getting points, and it's not you.
I mean, sometimes I mean, we see people get turnovers and don't get shit. You know what I mean? But it's just like. But it's like literally every single turnover, like it was that shit was like flawless. Every single time the ball was knocked out, it converted into 7.
But let's be real. Without the running game, your team is trash.
Nigga, the running game, our defense won that fucking game. You serious?
The running game won you that.
I mean, Saquon had 2.
That cheating ass tush push. That shit was some bullshit. Hey, they're talking about, we're gonna get these niggas some points if y'all do that shit again. Like,
I learned something because I didn't know. I mean, I'd never heard of that rule before.
I've never seen that in my life. Yo, if y'all, because I remember back in the day, I used to play Madden, and I used to keep getting encroachment and shit on purpose, just to stall for whatever reason. But I didn't know that niggas can award points for doing that. I didn't know that.
Well, no, they do it. Well, I mean, I think it depends. Like, these niggas were doing it. They were encroaching on the fucking 1 yard line
to prevent a score because they know it doesn't affect the.
Yeah, but
distance.
the thing is, though, the funny thing is too, like Louisville, he was the one that was going over the top, and he stopped the Beverly shove the first time successfully, but he kept on. He did when he tried to do the 2 times. It was encroachment because nigga was flying over like Superfly Jimmy Snuka. Like it was a thing to do. Like motherfucker thought he was Troy Polamalu or some shit like that. Like he was trying, but he was encroaching. And then they had one of the D-line niggas like encroached, and that's when the ref was like, "Okay, look, let's cut all this bullshit out. The next time you niggas encroach, it's an Eagles score." Like,
so basically, just let the niggas score.
It was either that or they would be part of history, infamous history.
Come on, that's ridiculous. It's either that or let the niggas score. Like, come on.
I mean, they did. I mean, the Eagles did fumble a snap, and and one of them picked it up. So it wasn't like it was guaranteed. But I mean, either way, like the Eagles, like it was just like Saquon had like 3 touchdowns. Jalen ran for 2. AJ Brown caught 1. Even the third running back, like Shipley, even he was getting busy. Like, yeah, it's like, yeah, it was a total ass whooping, and as I said, the shout out to Jaden Daniels though, because now he in his rookie year he matched the same number of playoff wins as Dak Prescott. So, so I mean, as long as the Cowboys jokes keep on coming, it's all good. And then on the other team, on the other side, we had the Bills and the Chiefs, and again, the whole ref situation, because there was some suspect fucking calls in that fucking game, especially the one where seemingly a Bills player came down with a fucking interception, but they said the tie went to the fucking Chiefs, and I'm like, I never heard of that shit.
Hold on, no, that is an actual thing. Like, no.
Yeah, I know it's a thing, but that motherfucker had the ball in his hands and he came down with it. The Chiefs player did not have that ball in his fucking hands. Like, yeah, that's where I'm trying to figure out how the fuck did that go to the Chiefs, because it was a Bills play that came down with that shit. Yeah, it's a rule. I know that because I've seen it, but that was,
like he wrestled it away afterwards. I mean, I look at it the same way as like a fumble. Like sometimes you'll clearly see like with a fumble, one player from a certain team like falls on the ball, and you clearly see that team has it. And then when they're wrestling for it under that pile, the other team comes up with it. So it'd be like that sometimes.
Yeah, no, but I didn't like that call. I thought that was some bullshit though. But man, though, Josh though, I know of course P, you enjoyed Josh Allen not going anywhere because he's Buffalo's the one.
Bro. Yeah,
Buffalo. Yeah, Buffalo's the one team in y'all division that hasn't won shit. So it's like, so yeah, but and that little Hail Mary that he did on, I think it was on 4th down, where it was catchable, but the receiver I think had to kind of adjust a little bit too late, and the ball kind of slipped through his hands.
Yep.
Yeah, and then that was after. But then that was after but they still had a second chance. All they had to do was keep Patrick Mahomes from getting a fucking first down. But I think the Buffalo's defense was just kind of worn out by then. And he just let him, and they let him get that first down like easy to ice the game. And I was just like, and I felt for it too because I really wanted the Bills in the Super Bowl. Because
I didn't. So thank God. Fuck.
Yeah. So now of course because with that one obviously we have a rematch too. And I'm not sure what Rome was saying, but people want to see it. Obviously, because I think this time it's a different. It's a two different teams. The Eagles team is much different from the one that they faced 2 years ago. In the Super Bowl, like we actually have like youth on our defense, and hopefully that hopefully none of them will get like burnt, like Bradbury was getting burnt, or fucking what's his name that's no longer on there? Hargrove or whatever, yeah, that nigga was getting like there was just a lot of defensive lapses in that one, even though our offense was balling out. But yeah, absolutely, me as an Eagles fan, I'm excited as fuck that the Eagles are going back in, and as always, of course, I get the choice comments from people, it's like, well, the Eagles, right? The Eagles is going to end at this, and Chiefs are going to win again, and blah blah blah. So I've been blocking all types of negativity on this. But Rome, so what are your thoughts on Eagles Chiefs too?
My thoughts is I learned never to bet against that nigga Mahomes because he's on that Tom Brady shit. Because I used to never want Tom Brady to win. I always be like, yo, the other team gonna win, and then Tom Brady will win. It's the same shit with Mahomes. And I'm not finna relive this shit for another 10 years. So I'm gonna just go with Mahomes. That's it. Like, their team is back at full strength minus Rashee Rice. That's all they're missing. Like, and they be getting better game to game. They only lost one game this year. Like, why the fuck would they lose now?
No, they lost 2 this year. What?
Well, one they lost at the end.
Yeah. That was
And they rested their starters
Carson Wentz
against
game.
Denver.
Yeah, the Carson Wentz game. Like, come on, dog. Like, they only lost one true game this year.
Mm.
And everybody wants to see another Tom Brady. They don't want Jalen Hurts ain't gonna be back next year, so they're not gonna be looking for that nigga next year. They're gonna be looking for Mahomes next year. So why not let Mahomes win this shit?
Yeah, because from what I got, a lot of people are tired of the Chiefs winning. Like, I know Mahomes. There's a lot. Obviously, there's a lot of hate. It's not just Mahomes, but obviously the whole thing with Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. Truthfully, that irritates me more than anything. Like, Mahomes is Mahomes. I can't, it's whatever. But it's the Kelce and Taylor Swift shit that pisses me off. I think it pisses off a lot of people too. So it's like, I've been getting a lot of comments, even from people who are not Eagles fans, like from Giants fans, from Lions fans, from other Cowboys fans, Pats fans, that are like, I can't. They've been like, Pat, I can't believe what this is, but I really want the Eagles to win the Super Bowl.
If you look at it, nigga, that's your team. Of course you do. It's not like you're gonna be like, oh, the Chiefs should win this. Like, come on, we already know what your take is. All I'm saying is, when you look at the talent across the board and the matchups, the Chiefs is the easy pick.
Nigga, how so?
If you look at them, okay, the only where you got the Chiefs is running back, and I still like Kareem Hunt and Pacheco as a dual back, backfield. That's dope.
Nigga, our defense is better than the fucking Chiefs. You kidding me? The only thing the Chiefs really have an advantage over us is a special
quarterback and receivers.
It's special
and
teams.
And tight
Not
end.
receivers.
And tight end. Yeah, the receivers.
Well, tight ends, yes. Tight ends, I'll give you tight ends, but not the receivers though.
And the receivers, remember, the receivers are more talented. I wouldn't say more talented than AJ Brown and Devontae Smith.
They're not more talented.
But they
maybe
do
more
on the
seasoned.
offense.
I'd say that more seasoned, but I wouldn't say that they're more talented. Nah.
I'm saying they do more on the offense. Like the motions that Hollywood Brown be putting in will open up Xavier Worthy on the outside.
Well, yeah, because the Chiefs are pass heavy. Their offense doesn't flow through a running back. So
just little shit that they do with the wide receivers that make them a bigger threat than, I don't know. Their passing attack seems more threatening than the fucking Eagles passing attack.
Well, yeah, no, because not Hurts, because in the first Super Bowl, Hurts was slinging that ball around but
since then his game has drastically changed since then. Nigga, you don't throw the ball like that.
And that might be just a choice.
Maybe on third down.
No, that could be a choice because now we have a dynamic running back, and the offense kind of flows through him for most of the time to get to get those yards. But doesn't mean that it's not there because, like I said, Devontae Smith is always there to get the crucial fourth down, or there's an AJ Brown who's a physical receiver. Like we have.
And Goddard is the tight end's probably top.
Yeah, Goddard. Yeah, and Goddard is he can catch his ass off, and he's a big tight end that can. And my only issue with him is sometimes he struggles to stay healthy, but when he's on, he's on. But the only thing that Chiefs have a clear advantage over is the kickers. Like Booker is a piece of shit, but he can kick, and Jake Elliott is. Has only made one kick past 50 yards the whole fucking season. And he missed a couple kicks in the conference championship game, which makes me nervous. That's the clearest advantage that the Chiefs have right now. I mean, Booker won. I mean, in the first Chiefs Eagles Super Bowl, Booker was the one that actually won the game for them with the kick anyways. So like that's the only thing that's the strongest advantage that Chiefs have. But I think that there's slight
quarterback wise, they don't match up. Defense.
Well, Mahomes is Mahomes. Obviously, doesn't mean that Jalen can't QB, but Mahomes, he's the more proven winning quarterback. I'm not gonna say
defense. I'll probably go 60-40 towards the Eagles, but it's not like dramatically better. Like.
Yeah, well, defense because we got some studs on our defense. Like that's the thing. Like
it's not like the Lions defense, nigga.
Lions defense.
I'm just saying, but I like Chris Jones. I feel like they've been dominant the last few games. Like they don't play in the playoffs. That's what I'm saying. Like the Chiefs, I don't know why their defense be looking suspect all year, and then playoffs come and they look like a top 5 defense. I don't know.
They go on cruise control. I mean,
they do this shit all the time. It's like second nature to them. That's why I'm looking at Chris Jones. The nigga needed 3 people to block him last week. Like the nigga was on a fucking mission.
Like, I mean, Jalen Carter is double teamed like almost constantly, anyways.
Yeah, Jalen Carter was just they didn't have the matchup for Jalen Carter that game because that nigga was in the backfield on every play. Everybody else was handled. This nigga was right. He was either on a quarterback or at his feet at every play.
Yeah, and that because he's a beast. That's what happens. Like that's what happens when you're like all world on defense.
Man,
you know what I'm saying? But
but I don't know if he's gonna be able to get. You think he's gonna tackle Mahomes? Mahomes running for 40 yards next week.
See, I mean,
2 weeks.
To me, obviously, the biggest thing for Mahomes is to keep him off rhythm, is to make him run. Mahomes' worst loss is the Super Bowl against Tom Brady, because his O-line back then was absolute crap, so he was running for his life.
That man had like 80 yards and on a broken leg.
Yeah, and Bucks held him to 9 points in that game? Like that. That's really the biggest secret. Is you could outdoing Mahomes, that won't do anything, but you have to get him off his rhythm and make him in the fucking thing too, the Eagles did that in the other Super Bowl. Because he has ankle issues. He had a high ankle sprain. Before halftime, like we were up by like 10. That dude was getting ready to fall, and then halftime they probably shot him up with some of that perk or whatever. Saying some of that Toradol, and then all of a sudden dude's able to run again. But it's just like with Mahomes, you have to keep him off balance. Like you have to frustrate him. And truthfully, honestly, I think Jalen Carter could actually be the guy that at least could give him that type of pressure because we have edge rushers and everything. Like we have enough that we can actually make Mahomes like really get the happy feet, and get like flustered. So I mean that's all I'm saying. Like I mean, like
Mahomes, one of Mahomes' greatest things is throwing on the run as well.
Yeah, I know that.
So if he starts skipping and hopping, and Travis Kelce is streaking down the middle, nigga, y'all fuck.
Travis Kelce honestly has not been. I mean, he hasn't had the greatest season to me. It's like
but what's the most dangerous thing about Travis Kelce this year is his name because they still have to watch him.
So yeah, they have to.
Even if he don't get any catches in the 3 quarters, they still got to watch him in the 4th because they're like, yo, he's due. He got to get a catch. He's just something they got to think about.
I mean that's Mahomes' favorite target, and he's a fucking tight end. It's like
exactly. In last game, he didn't get a catch to the like halfway through the 3rd.
And Xavier Worthy, I haven't heard his name. He's been balling too. The rookie.
And Hollywood Brown came back and he been getting catches too. Like saying, when they get Rashee Rice back next year, they might, and they're gonna get a couple of pieces that's gonna try to float over there and try to get an easy ring. It's gonna look nice over there next year too.
I mean, it depends though. I mean, they have other issues too. Like, I mean, their tackle situation is not that great either. Like none of them niggas is really panning out on there. I mean, it's not the Chiefs. I'm not saying the Chiefs are. I mean, they're solid, but they're not solid everywhere.
I mean, they're solid enough to win a Super Bowl twice in a row.
Yeah, well, as an Eagle fan, then there's not gonna be a 3rd in a row. That's for damn sure. But
as a Bears fan, I guarantee you there will be a 3-peat. Chicago knows something about 3-peats, nigga. I don't know if you know, but we know something about 3-peat.
Yeah, I watched them live. I watched both of them live, as they happen. But yeah, that was the 90s. Like the Bulls ain't. There's no more 3-peats in Chicago.
Nigga, that's basketball. We talking football. The fuck?
Yeah,
I'm saying Chicago. I said Chicago, nigga. 3-peat is 3-peat.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, there's not gonna be no 3-peat. So Pilot, what do you think? What do you think about this matchup?
It's a great matchup. I know it might be kind of boring, quote unquote boring, because of we had the rematch a couple years ago. We had this, the first game a couple years ago. So I mean, I won't lie. I'm pretty high on the Chiefs. I think they are going to 3-peat. I think it really depends on the run. Like if the Chiefs can't stop the run, I can see y'all winning. Just killing the clock and running because Barkley's looking fucking amazing. You know what I mean this year. So it's tough, but as gun to my head, I'm picking the Chiefs to win. I don't give a score. I'd probably say like 31-27 or something like that. But I'm sorry, Pat. Sorry, Pat. I think you might hit the Chiefs a little more.
I mean, you picked against them against the Commanders too, bro.
Y'all beat us. It's kind of a vendetta, but still.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, though. Like, I mean, yeah, we beat the Rams and then the Commanders, and I mean, I get it. Like, like I said, it's just what you're doing, bro. I get it. P, what about you?
My bad. I was talking. I didn't realize I was muted. But this is a really good matchup. I think stylistic wise, they match up very well. Especially with it's going to be a battle of the offensive line versus the defensive line, the Chiefs offensive line versus the Eagles defensive line. And both teams have good defenses. Really the defense really was carried the Chiefs this whole fucking season. If we're really being honest with you, the defense, their O-line, good running game. Now they got Pacheco back with Hunt, so that's a good 1-2 punch. Like the Chiefs, Hunt always plays well, with the Chiefs. Mahomes and Hunt, there's something about together. It's the extra boost for him. And the one thing I'll say is here's how I look at it. So Philly has the X factor, of course, in Saquon Barkley, and Saquon Barkley, that's going to be their weapon. The fact that he's not only their best player, and he's also the guy that can keep the Chiefs' best player off the field, because you want to play the clock game.
Of course.
The best way to stop Mahomes is to make sure he doesn't see the field. If they establish the running game and keep going with it, using mostly Barkley, and then if you want to use Hurts here and there, you're basically chewing up a lot of clock. Time of possession advantage is big. So keep Mahomes off the field. As long as their receivers can do the job, if A.J. Brown can get back to being A.J. Brown, we'll see. But because he's been wildly inconsistent. I don't know if he's hurt or what, but he just hasn't been the A.J. Brown we know. So,
well, no, I know A.J. Brown. Well, I think there's a couple of things. I think A.J. Brown is kind of number. I know he's had a knee issue. No, I'm not sure. I don't know how serious it is. I mean, he can still. I mean, he's still physical. Like when he catches the ball, he's still physical. Like it's still hard to actually bring him down. But I also think he kind of accepts his kind of role in the thing.
Yeah, it's like he's more happy with Saquon scoring than himself scoring.
Yeah, like I mean, AJ Brown still gets paid a lot of money. Like I mean, his value hasn't decreased as a receiver. Like everyone knows he's a top receiver. But I think it's just it's just a whole new type of offensive scheme.
It's not. I mean, it's not only the fact that he's like taking a step back, that he's like taking this a role, like let Saquon be in the driver's seat. It's the fact that like I watch him play, he looks a little slower. He doesn't look as physical. He kind of looks like just there's a lot of wear and tear on him.
I was hearing rumors he might be getting he's in his last year on the contract. I'm hearing rumors he might be gone. Maybe.
I don't know, but I just know
I don't think he's in the last year. I mean, he signed what? I mean, the first year he signed, he was in the Super Bowl. I think he's signed up to like 2027. Like
all I'm saying is he just hasn't looked the same. So it's going to be interesting to see if maybe which AJ Brown we're getting. I think this is going to be primarily a defensive game with both defensive line, making their impact. The one thing I'll say is this, and for better or for worse, this is where I wonder if it's going to catch up to the Eagles in the sense that like the Eagles really don't blitz like that.
We don't.
And that's very interesting because now you're giving the Chiefs have a good offensive line, and if you're not going to blitz, you're giving Mahomes more time, less worry about pressure, and the Eagles play a primarily cover 2 defense. Mahomes has historically picked cover 2 defenses apart. He eats them.
Yeah, because Fangio has never. I mean, Mahomes is pretty much he's anytime for Fangio he's like what is it? It's like 8-0 in terms of Mahomes against them he's picked apart Fangio defenses, which kills me.
So and that's the thing. So if you're not going to blitz, you're going to give him time in the pocket. You're going to give him time to get receivers open, and then with the zone, with a cover 2, all you got to do is just wait for the guys, get them in their open spots, and boom, there's plenty of opportunities for big plays from guys like Worthy, and even maybe get Kelsey back on track for whatever's left of him. Mm-hmm. So that's where I wonder about the Eagles. How are they going to respond to that? Are they going to try to play more man? Are they going to try to blitz more? Like something's got to give because that normal game plan won't work against this Chiefs style of offense.
No, I mean, I agree with you on the blitz too. Yeah, Fangio doesn't ever cook up blitzes like that. I don't know why he doesn't either. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's like maybe a philosophy or whatever. But
I mean, the good thing is he hasn't really had to because the defensive line is strong, so they've been able to still get pressure and still do their thing.
Yeah. I mean, the Eagles' defense is number one. Like we have the best defense in the league.
As long as Jalen Carter doesn't do something stupid and cause penalties, because this is the one team you don't want to give the refs a reason to throw the flag for. So,
right.
Ultimately, I think it's going to be a very close game, and it's really going to come down to one or two possessions that make the difference. Like, I'm not expecting a high-scoring game. I'll say that. I think both teams will get maybe in the 20s, but I'm not expecting this Tecmo Bowl arcade NFL blitz type scoring that some people are thinking. Both defenses are too good for that. They're going to be some chewing up the clock. There's not going to be enough possessions to just score a 40 burger for both guys. I don't see it.
Yeah, I mean the first Super Bowl was at 38-35, but that was basically a shootout because the defenses were kind of not where they need to be for both teams. And I think I think there are definitely better defenses on both sides. I think the Chiefs' biggest weakness too, which ironically is the one thing that the Eagles need to do more of, is like the Chiefs' pass defense is not that great. It's not. Neither is their secondary. So it's like, I mean, I would love to see a balanced attack where Jalen's actually throwing the rock a lot more, but I get it. You have Saquon there. You try to chew up, and then you try to chew up the clock and just see what happens, though. But
the funny thing is, even though the Chiefs pass defense isn't the best, they still do have an all-pro cornerback. What's his name? He's really good. What the fuck is the guy? Why can't I remember his name? McDuffie.
Yeah,
he's really good. So it'll be interesting to see. But he's only one player, so it'll be interesting to see who he covers. Do they want to put him on AJ Brown, or do they want to put him on Devontae Smith? Who Devontae Smith has really made more of an impact than AJ. So
well, yeah, because Devontae Smith is streaky as hell and fast, but of course he's not as durable as AJ Brown, which is the thing. Like that motherfucker will throw himself, gut in any direction just to go catch the ball, but he's not as durable as AJ Brown is, at least. But at least neither of them have fumbled or anything like that. So that's a plus. But still, the 1-2 punch, they're still incredibly dangerous receivers.
Now the question is Hurts healthy? Is his ankle good? Is his leg good? Because there is going to be an instance where Barkley's, they're going to key in on the run because they're going to try to stop Barkley. Right. What makes Barkley so effective? It's basically like with the Baltimore Ravens. Like having Hurts makes Barkley more effective because you can't key in on Barkley because Hurts himself is a threat.
Right.
So that makes him more effective. So you could try to stop Barkley, and then you're just opening up things for Hurts. If Hurts isn't healthy, if Hurts is still having the little nagging issues, I do wonder how that will affect things because now you can key in more on Barkley.
I mean, in the Commanders game, Hurts scored like what, 2 rushing touchdowns or whatever. Like he ran for one. So it's like, I mean. Because usually, if someone had a leg injury, he would have really shown it.
Yeah, no, he looked good for the most part, but there was one time where I think it looked like he was limping or some shit like that. I'd be noticing that shit, so those little nagging injuries. So, but ever since we're back with the Rams, so I would notice when I don't know, maybe it's because I always key in when quarterbacks are hobbling and shit like that. I'm like, oh boy, he's a little banged up,
a little gimpy. Yeah, he's been battling. Well, he had the concussion, and I know that his non-throwing thing on his non-throwing hand. I'm not even sure if that's healed or whatever it is. I know he had been wearing a protective glove or whatever over it, or a splint or something. I think he's had injuries since probably the 3rd game though, but he's tough though. But yeah, that's why you have 2 weeks between the conference championship and the Super Bowl to try to get healthy. And then, speaking of health too, like the Eagles, like our center situation, like our starting center, had back issues, and we had to have our guard do center duties, and he had a fucked up knee. So that's another thing for us too. Is like I'm just hoping that Cam Jurgens is actually healthy to actually play in the Super Bowl. And look,
I think they said he might play. I think they said he'll play, but it's still early, so we don't know for sure. But I think they said he'll probably play.
Yeah, because I mean, I was looking at the roster, I was like, damn, like I mean, I know we can't just take any old center off the practice squad and try to put them in this shit for the Super Bowl. It's just like, it's crazy because first things too is Cam actually evolved into a really good Jason Kelce replacement. Like, I mean, I think he made the Pro Bowl this year. Dude has been good, but yeah, but I know if you're having like back spasms and shit like that, you can't be. I've had back spasms before, so I can only imagine what it is for a motherfucker that size, and you have, you're trying to be on the center. So yeah, that's my only worry too, because Dickerson his knee is questionable too. Like we don't know, like those are the two I just don't know, and those are important positions for us to make sure that we can actually hold it down. Because who the fuck's gonna be on the center if those two are can't do it?
Yep. So it's gonna be interesting to see if everybody's healthy or not. So yeah, that will be something to monitor.
Yeah, and speaking of healthy, they actually put the 21 day practice window on Brandon Graham. He's actually, so there's a chance that he might actually play in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, he might, but even if he does play, he's been inactive for so long. I can't imagine them giving him a full workload.
I mean, Huff has been doing a good job though. But if I was Huff, I'd be kind of irritated that damn, this nigga's gonna take my Super Bowl snaps. Like,
I mean, he might take some snaps, but he's not gonna get a full workload, so it's not gonna be that much of an issue.
Yeah, and obviously Brandon Graham, like I mean, obviously for the experience and stuff like that, and the fact that he was actually playing at a high level before he tore his triceps. Yeah. So it's like
I think it'll be a situation where maybe third down, bring him in to try to get some extra pass rushing in, an assortment of snaps to get him to get after Mahomes. But I just can't see him just every down just being there. It's not, now is not the time for that. But there's going to be packages for him. Pause. But yeah,
no, absolutely. But yeah, no. Basically, it's coming on to two things. Like, if Patrick Mahomes can light up our secondary, and our secondary is fucking good right now because we have young studs in our secondary. Like, if Mahomes can do work in the secondary with the passing, the Chiefs could do it. But like you said before, if the Eagles could control the clock with the rushing and the Saquon running, and really grind down the Chiefs, keep the defense, wear out the Chiefs defense, keep them on the field longer than they should have. Because I mean, as we all know, like Saquon can break off on a 60-yard, 70-yard run in a blink of an eye, and bam, the Eagles defense is back on the field. So yeah, I truly think that Saquon is due for at least one of these in the Super Bowl. But yeah, no, if the Eagles could do that, then bam, maybe we can to keep Mahomes off the field, and bam, we can, hopefully we can win by maybe 2 scores, because any one score, even 3 points, like we can't do that with no damn Patrick Mahomes. But yeah, this game has me nervous as fuck as obviously as an Eagles fan, because just like they did the last Super Bowl, because I remember I did an IG story after halftime because when the Eagles were whooping ass, and I said feeling good, and I had a cheesy ass smile on my face. And then obviously when the Eagles lost, people were blowing up my phone on that. I had to turn off my phone for the night. Motherfuckers was out there being uncouth and shit. But yeah, though I'm looking forward to this. I think a lot of people. I think everyone knows the bottom line is I think people are kind of tired of the Chiefs winning all the time, and obviously like the whole ref allegations and stuff like that, doesn't go over too well. And the fact that the Chiefs, they've won too many of the games this season by 1 score, and there's at least 4 games where they probably should have lost. not just the Bills game and then the
Yeah,
Carson.
no, you're right. There was a couple of games where,
they should have lost. Whereas on the Eagles side, like the Eagles' true loss this season was to the Bucks. Like that was the one game that the Eagles got their asses kicked, and that was that. And Falcons was stupid, and then Washington it took Jalen Hurts going out with a concussion and doing with a backup with our backup quarterbacks, for us to lose that game. But yeah, though, this game. Every time I think about it, it's like, God damn it! I really hope the Eagles can actually do this, because I don't think I could take another. As much shit as I talk, I don't think I could take another barrage of text and phone calls and shit like that. People getting at me because I talk so much shit during the football season. But yeah, though. So do you guys actually have any Super Bowl plans? Where you guys watching?
I haven't actually came up with no plans yet. I'm probably either gonna
I'm probably gonna go to Buffalo Wild Wings and watch it.
I'll probably
Didn't y'all niggas do that shit last year?
It's a frequent spot. That's always one of the spots for me.
And Buffalo Wild Wings, you actually fuck with them wings?
Yes, nigga, yes. Yes, nigga, yes.
Them little ass baby wings.
No, I mean, actually, no. Buffalo Wild Wings is not. Their wings are not bad, though. You just have to be careful, like, because the last time I know, there's one time I went there, and the motherfuckers did cook them shits all the way. And
right, that's what I'm saying. And it tastes like boiled chicken in that.
I've never had such problems. So
no, I told them too. I told them I want that shit like whatever they do in there. I want that shit like well done. Like
maybe that's just me. Every fucking Buffalo Wild Wings I've ever seen is always empty. All the TVs are on playing fucking some random shit, not even a game niggas want to watch. This shit's just empty, nigga. I never seen a Buffalo Wild Wings full of niggas.
It's the opposite over here. It's always
the Buffalo Wild Wings. I mean, I've been there for football and UFC in the past, them shits be full as fuck.
What the fuck?
Maybe it's different down in Florida. Who knows? I don't know. But yeah, in the Northeast, though, yeah, the Buffalo Wild Wings they stay full. Like if I want, like I said, if I wanted to go to because I went there and Dave and Buster's during the season for out of market Eagles games, and this shit was peace. Like there were people up in there. They were never empty.
They got some shit down here called Duffy's that be going crazy. Duffy's Sports Bar and shit like that. That be going crazy, but. Nah, not Buffalo Wild, but I guess that's the spot, man. Fuck it. Do they charge extra for that shit or nah? You just pull.
No, they don't.
No, why would they charge extra?
They charge extra for the UFC and shit.
They do. You're actually right. They do.
Yeah, but that's because it's a pay-per-view, like
right. Yeah, that's also true.
Because shit could be at capacity quick on the Super Bowl night. I'm guessing.
Well, that's why you have to make reservations. When you do that, you got either you set the bar or you make reservations for a table.
Oh wow, okay.
And then also, but you also have to make sure you have like maybe 2 or 3 people or whatever. Because they're not gonna let one motherfucker sit at the fucking table by himself. Like, there's like 4 motherfuckers. So
see, I'm used to going to people's cribs for sporting events. That's why I'm not to go out and watch a game type of nigga. Like, nah. I'd rather be at a event where we have everybody at the crib on a big flat screen. Everybody got their food. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's one of the, like I'm going over my boy Kelvin's place because he's also another Eagles fan. So I'm going over there and I'm not sure. I think we're working on like the food menu and shit like that. But that's where I'm going to be. I'm like, you know what? Because it was either that or go to the bar in Boston. That's an Eagles bar called Scores. But then that shit will probably be too fucking packed, and I don't want to be, there's. I actually want some space when I'm actually watching.
Yeah, you don't want to be around 20,000 fans crying at the same time.
Nigga, shut up. Shut up, nigga.
No.
Yeah. I just don't want to be in downtown Boston like that. I mean, just have to deal with the bullshit or whatever. But I'm just like, you know what? I'll say at least it will just be like at the most maybe 6 people where I'm gonna be watching the game at. So I mean, and he has plenty of space at his house, so it's like, yeah, that's where I'm gonna be because, I was thinking about staying to myself, but I was like, nah, I can't watch this shit by myself. I need to go make some plans.
Yeah. You never know. This might never happen again. You gotta enjoy it while you can. Shit.
No, see, you have to enjoy it while you can because Chicago hasn't been in the Super Bowl in what is it, 18 years now?
Yeah, 2017.
Yeah,
right.
Eagles. It's
2007. I mean, 2007.
2007. That's the Eagles. We did that. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, if Jalen can go back after 2 years, I'm not worried about the Eagles not going back anytime soon. Like this is the new norm. This isn't from the Andy Reid era where they didn't win a playoff game for almost 9 years before the Super Bowl run. Like I don't see that happening. Unless they're blowing the team apart. Which on the Eagles case, I don't think that's a possibility. I think they've locked in a lot of people who need to be locked in. With the exception, I think the only big exception is just Zach Bond. He's the one that that's that's up for grabs, and I'm hoping Howie makes gives him the money that he wants so he can stay because that motherfucker went from being a bum on the Saints to being fucking Pro Bowl and all type of shit like that. Like fucking turnaround, motherfucker is like Lawrence Taylor out there.
Crazy.
Yeah, so yeah, he's the only person that I hope that the Eagles actually really bring back. But yeah, man, I have the plans there. And Pilot, what were your plans? I don't think you said anything about.
Yeah, I'll probably show at the crib. Nothing major, probably, to be honest.
Nonchalant, just.
Nigga, it's the Super Bowl, nigga. At the crib.
My team's not playing.
You gonna watch it?
Of course, yeah.
Well, I mean, honestly, we're never gonna doubt Pilot's football watching because Pilot watches games. He's not Shuttleworth. Shuttleworth is out here. This nigga will be out.
He gonna be out here eating cookies and apple juice,
serving plates.
Nigga. Yeah, that's what he's gonna be doing. Like motherfucker will be like, you want some drinks, everyone? I'll get you some drinks.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I was cruising today and a Kendrick song came on, and I was like, that shit actually got me hyped for the halftime show because I was thinking it was an old school Kendrick song, and I was like, yo, back when I was listening to this nigga in high school, I never thought this nigga would be performing at the Super Bowl, and now he's performing at the Super Bowl. So I got like a different level of excitement for the nigga. I'm like, damn, this is crazy.
Yeah, fun things too. I know people are still mad about Lil Wayne not performing because it's in New Orleans, right? So it's like why don't you get Cash Money? Why don't you get them in there? Why Kendrick? Well, Kendrick's the hottest nigga in rap right now. That's the reason why. Like, that's how NFL doesn't care about hometown people. It's like, okay, who are the hot niggas in there, or who's the who do we need to make sure that gets center stage?
Right, like yeah, let's call Birdman and them up here for the Super Bowl. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Right?
Retarded.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm just saying because I mean, obviously now with that type of platform, it's gonna be like, okay, what's this? What's gonna be like Kendrick and SZA too? I think so it's gonna be what songs are gonna be in the set?
Yeah, see, I don't want to hear that SZA shit. I just wanted Kendrick to go like deep because I've seen Kendrick perform like maybe 3 times. Nigga's a great performer, yo. So I just want to see him go deep in that bag, like.
Yeah,
come out with an acapella verse. The lights is all black. Then all of a sudden, Not Like Us beat start playing. Then it goes to niggas in chains. Then they break free, and then they start flying. Like all that Kendrick shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I'm just want to see how many strays Drake is going to catch at the Super Bowl. That's all I care about.
Yeah, that shit's gonna be hilarious.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that after Drake catches some strays, he's gonna add that to his. He's got to put that as an addendum to his lawsuit. I'm like, yeah, and then he had everyone at the stadium saying not like us, and he said I'm a minor. This is gonna be hilarious. Yeah, Marquise. Marquise says no limit Super Bowl.
Yeah, no, hell no. That shit, niggas that get up and be like, all right, snack time.
Now, I mean, now if Kendrick is like actually brings them out and they actually do like a song or two, I wouldn't mind. I guess it's just like this New Orleans shit, but in the end, it's just like you gotta pick the hottest niggas in music right now, the hottest people in music right now to do. That's how the NFL always kind of operates.
But it's not also right now. It's also all time because them niggas not gonna have Sabrina Carpenter on at the Super Bowl. They're not gonna have fucking what's her name, Claudia, whatever that girl name is. They're not gonna have none of them at the Super Bowl, even though they streaming billions of streams a week. Yeah. Why? They streaming niggas that have all-time records, all-time legacy, all-time. That's the people that's performing at the Super Bowl, all-time people.
Yeah.
A person where you can walk down the street and be like, have you heard this song? And they play fucking We Gonna Be All Right. And be like, yeah, I heard that. They played that in Macy's the other day. Like, you know what I'm saying? All-time people. Lil Wayne don't got them records that they not playing Lollipop in Macy's, nigga. I'm telling you.
I mean, they probably could. Well, they're not playing that Birdman and Puffy song that they did back in the day.
If they playing Lil Wayne in the store, it's the Rebirth album. Trust me.
Mm-hmm. I know the rumors are Lil Wayne's obviously going to be around, but it's. I mean, like I said, I can see Kendrick at least either him or somebody up on stage like that, but yeah, pretty much the Kendrick, the stage is his, bro. And like I said, I'm just looking forward to, just some more Drake backlash and then having the whole fucking arena talking about, shitting on Drake and everything like that. That's all I care about. Yeah, because the NFL, the NFL, I mean, obviously since the whole Janet thing, like they've been kind of iffy about, who they represent on the hip hop side. So the fact that Kendrick's getting this honor, it's like, yeah, this is good. So I'm expecting nothing less for him to kill it. Now it depends on my state at that time. Like if the Eagles are like, I mean, it depends on how I'll enjoy it. If the Eagles are like really winning, then I'll probably be able to enjoy it. But if the Eagles are losing, I'll probably have less tolerance to kind of hear it. I'll probably just be on some, like on some bah humbug shit, or like, can we get this shit over with? Let's get back to the game. That type of shit. Yeah, look, because
that shit gonna be 16-3 at the half, and you're gonna be trying to say, not like us, not like us. Hell.
Oh God, I hope there's not a fucking 16-3 score. That was that Pats Rams Super Bowl type score. Ugh, that was a terrible Super Bowl. God. Yeah, that was a horseshit ass Super Bowl, and then I think the score was somewhere around along those lines.
Like 13-0, terrible day.
Yeah, no, yeah, that was a disappointment, and that was the Super Bowl after the whole Eagles pass one. And niggas went 41-33. That was offense. That one was just that was just like a defensive struggle fest. Yeah, no, yeah, that was not a good Super Bowl at all. But hopefully, now if it's a high scoring Super Bowl, that means defenses failed. But yeah, it shouldn't be I'm expecting it to be like somewhere around maybe 28-17-ish type score. Obviously for the Eagles though, I'm freaking no damn Chiefs.
That's too high. That's too high to be playing against the Chiefs. Chiefs need to score low, nigga. It's gonna be like a 17-20 type win type shit. Maybe like a 14, like 18, some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? Some weird score. The Chiefs win in weird ways.
Well, I mean, it was not. I mean, because the Chiefs, like, they haven't. I mean, don't they average like 21, 22 points in their wins?
About like 23, yeah, around 23.
Yeah, I honestly don't see the Eagles being held to like below 20 points. I honestly don't see it. I can even see like
The only thing you can guarantee about the Super Bowl is that them niggas is gonna do a tush push, nigga. That should be an exclusive bet. I ain't gonna lie. Like, how many tush pushes are the fucking Phillies gonna do in a day?
I mean, shit. You might.
Like
FanDuel
over
might have
3
it.
or some shit. Like over 3 tush pushes or some shit.
I mean, shit. FanDuel might have it.
That's a fire line. I ain't gonna
Well,
lie.
I mean, they're having their own variations, like the rushing attack, like like just like the one I was telling that I put money on.
One of my dudes hit, and he had one just like that, but it was the rushing touchdowns in each half.
Yeah, because
You had one rushing, one passing in each half. This nigga just had only rushing.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Commanders were the only team that did. No, they had it in one of they didn't have it in both halves though, but they had a passing and rushing in one of the halves. And I think that was the only thing that stopped me from actually winning that bet.
That would have been crazy as hell.
Because I thought I was like, that's too good to be true. I had to get down. But fuck it, I'm gonna probably do it again too. Like if I see that prop in there, like one rushing, one passing, shit, nigga, I'm gonna put.
What you think is gonna be the most hammered bet on Super Bowl? Most hammered bet, like everybody's picking that shit.
I
would say Mahomes over rushing yards.
Yeah, either Mahomes or Saquon's rushing yards.
I'll say, well, Kendrick played out like us, if that's a.
Yeah, no, he's definitely playing that song.
Yeah.
They're playing it in every commercial. Like, if he don't play it, it'll be like, yo, nigga, are you serious? I'll be mad if he don't play it. If he don't do it, I'll be like, yo, what the fuck? Like, nigga, this was the perfect setup.
Yeah, that song is meant for that. Yeah, just put another stake into the heart that is Drake's career.
It's not enough.
He says not enough.
No, that shit crazy.
Yeah, no, but yeah, no. I like I said, I'm just looking forward to it. I mean, honestly, I don't want a Super Bowl that's struggle. Like, now obviously if it's too dominating, I mean, obviously if the Eagles dominate, it's whatever. But I know that if it's too dominating, people will kind of tune out for a minute. It's like, oh, here we go. If the Chiefs are too dominating, I know people are gonna turn all that. Oh, here we go. I just want a balanced, competitive game. Nothing more, nothing less. And of course, less, and then the zebras, not interfering into shit. Like, I don't want no stupid ass calls from Mahomes. Niggas try to sack him and they hit each other, but they don't hit Mahomes. But for somehow they get Mahomes, they say they touch Mahomes and they get 15. Like, nah, like I don't want to see that shit. Like that's the type of shit. I just want the rest to call a game right down the middle. No bullshit. No tic-tacky fouls. There's no James Bradbury, so there's no quote unquote like pass interference. And then get them to the point where they kill the clock down and to 8 seconds and they kick a field goal to win. But I'm not upset with that. You know what I'm saying? That's what under the bridge. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. I'm over that. But may the best team win. But I think we come to the end of our show. Does anyone else have any other comments they'd like to say before we get up out of here?
I don't know where the fuck these niggas at. These niggas sleep.
No, Pilot's here. I know.
Do you have any other words?
I'm here. Yeah, I'm here. I'm chilling. I'm good.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, we good. So yeah, no, it's in. This has been a hell of a, whoever wins, it's still been a hell of a football season. And hopefully, when we do preview for next season sometime in September, maybe a certain team from Chicago will actually do something as they try to draft another quarterback because they're gonna need Caleb.
Yeah. We straight. It was a coaching issue, nigga. We got it. It was Eberflus. That's it. It was coaching.
Yeah, didn't he get signed to the Cowboys?
He did? As what?
I think he's a coordinator or something.
Nigga, that nigga can't coordinate his clothes in the morning. Fuck that. That nigga is trash.
They hired Brian Schottenheimer. Like I already know they're not serious, bro. Like they're not serious down there. Like and the
Because
Jerry,
nobody else wanted to take the job,
right?
and they
Oh
did.
yeah, it was an open.
Yeah, and they
job.
tried to lowball Mike McCarthy. So yeah,
So he walked and they was like, "Hey, Eberflus, we know you don't got a job, nigga. Come on."
Yeah, no, basically they're looking for someone they can control, and then Eberflus is probably a good Cowboys lackey material. So he was like, okay,
I think his face when he didn't call the timeout is forever etched into my fucking brain. Like I'll never forget that. That nigga just looking around, looking at the clock, looking at the ref, like nigga, what are you thinking about? That shit is ridiculous.
Yeah, Cowboys aren't serious, but yeah, no, I definitely look for it's a hell of a season, and obviously we go through that whole series, that whole period where obviously NBA dominates, and then niggas have to find something to do with their Sundays.
Yeah. Final word, real quick. King P, I heard Aaron Rodgers is not coming back, so I don't know what y'all gonna do.
where'd you hear that?
On Twitter.
I was gonna say I've heard opposite. I've heard
he's staying.
Yeah, well, he's got one more year left. So I mean, it's
But
basically
isn't it a player option?
no,
It's a team option.
no. It's just
It's
a straight up 1
2
year.
years.
Yeah. So unless he retires, it's up to, and it's looking like the team is going to bring him back for a year. So. Which is fine.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy to me. I mean, I'm older than Aaron Rodgers, and it seems like he should really be retired. Like
he's done. He's done after this year. This will be his final year.
Yeah, the Packers seen it early.
So.
Jeez. Like the dude needs to go home and be a family man or whatever it is that he likes to do in his private time. Outside of talking crazy. But he needs to do something outside because he doesn't have it anymore.
The arrogance. His arrogance won't let him leave. That Tom Brady shit.
Yeah,
but
at least
fuck my wife, fuck my kids. I want to play type shit.
Except Aaron Rodgers has neither of those.
Oh damn! I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I mean, there's the rumors, but I won't get into that with Aaron Rodgers. No, seriously, like
Yeah, there's strong rumors about that. There's strong rumors.
Yeah, this is not the time or place for it.
I never heard that shit.
Yeah, no, I mean, Google it. Like you'll see some shit.
Oh hell no.
Yeah. But yeah, no, this was good. Good show to get some last football talk of the season off, and yeah, man, we'll be back on Monday. When we after we get PBC's first pay-per-view of the year. So obviously, if you haven't heard episode on that, it will be posted shortly. If not, you have the lives. The live is up. So yeah, if you want to take a listen. But yeah, for myself, Pat Scorpio, the New England representative, for King P Bodega P, for Conscious Plan, for Rome Top 5. This was another wonderful episode of Real Talk, where as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. So until next time, peace and go Birds.
Chiefs.
Nigga, shut up.